On this episode, we are going to do alternate access. So we're still going to use our femoral series, but we just don't need to drag that down because it is just the alternate access of subclavian and carotid. I'm going to rotate it on the side here. We are using our subclavian workflow, but you can also use the carotid. Then select my ascending aorta, and we can see that we're still missing some of the vessels, and that's fine. We can just go confirm. Or you can also add the vessels in individually if you can see them. However, I'm going to show you another way to make it grow so that you don't have to spend all your time just trying to niggle out all the little vessels. So we place our markers on here just as we would in the workflow that it suggests on the side, and then one in the ascending aorta. Then I'm going to go next and use the grow feature. This you can also use in femorals if it's not picking it up correctly, because it's very helpful. And what we're going to do is select this center line and go grow. And then I'm going to keep manipulating this top image up here to see where the vessel's going. However, this one, it actually has selected the subclavian. I mean, that is the workflow, so it's done the right one. However, I actually don't want that one. I want the carotid. Usually I'll do a right carotid and left subclavian for a workup as an alternate access if I see anything in the femorals that appears to be limiting or maybe not suitable. So I will actually go back and delete some of these so that I'm making sure that it does select the correct anatomy that I'm after. Then I'll keep manipulating this one here so that we go up our carotid. So this is a patient's right carotid. And as you can see here, I've just selected on the anatomy and it's created the line, and I can go confirm. Then I'm going to do the patient's left subclavian. So for this one, again, we'll just adjust, making sure the center line's in the middle, and then we will use that grow feature just to grow it all the way out for the anatomy that we have on this CT. Once you're happy with this, you just go confirm, and then we'll start taking our measurements as we would in our femoral series. So as you can see, there's not a lot of calcium for this patient, which is great. But if we're just going to do this workup as if it was, and we're going to focus on our right carotid first. So I'm selected on that stretch vessel on the right and just doing our two ruler tool and adding these all the way up. If there was any calcium there, obviously from inside the calcium to find our most limiting factor. Then we're going to do our left side. Again, just from where it branches, we don't need to do any of the ascending aorta because we've already done that in our aortic workflow. So once you have got all your measurements, then you would come to your dim background just as we would with the femoral series, and we would take our overview. So you can combine both your carotid and subclavian if we're doing it in one workflow, or if you are doing them separately, you would do two images, one for your carotid, one for your subclavian, and just move the images around so they're not crossing over the anatomy, and you can still see everything and all your measurements in there. Again, don't forget to change the title because you're combining the two. Then once you've done that, you can add your snake view, making sure it's anatomically correct again. So I usually like to bend it around for the arch and showing which one is coming off where to make sure you have the correct vessels. Then you can also add a calcifications view. However, for this patient, they don't have a lot of calcium. So it's just a backup in case that you do have any issues with the femorals, but this is a nice overview image. I hope that was really helpful for you. If you do have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next episode.